Welcome, my name is Ricky, and this is Greenie, and today we're kicking off a new series in Fallout 4. It'll be a kinda shorter series. We're gonna play Far Harbor, and we're gonna play Far Harbor from the start. Yes, this is sort of inspired by what I'm doing in Fallout New Vegas, but it's gonna be a little bit different, because we're only gonna play Far Harbor, and along the way I'm gonna tell you all about Greenie, and how he got to this point in his life, and why he's even going to Far Harbor in the first place. So this is a modded playthrough, just like my other Fallout 4 series right now. And I'll talk a little bit about the mods as we go. The biggest mod that will probably be most important will be the gun he's using. The reason we're playing Far Harbor in the first place is because Far Harbor has quest mods, whereas like Nuka World, as far as I can find, doesn't seem to have any quest mods. So I should start off by mentioning that I have all of the mods still installed from my other Fallout 4 mods playthrough, but most of them don't matter. The Colt Python doesn't matter, Tunnel Snake's Rule doesn't matter, the Wasteland Veteran doesn't matter. So as far as mods we are using for this playthrough, there are 2 new mods and 1 modified mod. The first of which is the Service Rifle, which is a brand new mod that's an updated version of So this is a mod by a person named Deadpool, and they released a previous version of the mod with the Service Rifle and Assault Rifle Carbine and Marksman Carbine, and it was 3 different guns. There's 2 guns, and now he's combined everything into 1 gun, and there's a whole bunch of stuff, and I doubt we deal with any of it. But this is Greenie's Service Rifle, specifically, is what we'll be using. So let's just take a quick look at this. So right now, it's about as good as I can make it without taking gun nut 1, or 2, or 3. It has a hardened trigger mechanism, long wooden barrel, full stock, small magazine, standard sights, no muzzle, standard upper receiver, standard low receiver. Yes, there are 3 separate, basically, receivers. The old school receivers, the hardened trigger mechanism, is the old school quote-unquote receiver that you're used to in Fallout 4. The other 2 have to do with other stuff, and I mean, we're probably not going to play too much with it. I mean, I am going to upgrade the gun as we go through. But this is basically how it's going to look. It currently has the Steadfast Legendary effect, because like Zelda in my Fallout 4 mods playthrough, I thought Greenie should have his own unique weapon. Because of the way we're going to play this, and I'll talk about the way we're going to play it once we actually get on our way up to Far Harbor, Steadfast seemed like the most, useful legendary. Also, it is a Far Harbor added legendary perk, so I thought that was kind of nice too. The other mod that I have installed is the Vault 76 jumpsuit mod, which is also fairly new. It was made after, I think it was made immediately after they even just announced Fallout 76. And I will explain why Greenie has the Vault 76 jumpsuit as we go through. Maybe not today, but at some point I'll talk about it. It doesn't look like the Fallout 76 jumpsuits. It's still a Fallout 4 jumpsuit with 76 on the back of it. I mean, yeah, see, so it just has the 76 on the background, and that's it. So those are the only 2 new mods I have installed. The third mod I mentioned, that is a modified version of a mod I made for my Fallout 4 mods playthrough, which is Gunslinger Expanded. That's what I called the mod, where I expanded Gunslinger to be much better. So here's my complaint about Fallout 4. Melee and unarmed weapons have so many different ways to boost their damage to the point where they just OP, and I feel like ballistic weapons and energy weapons, for that matter, all they get left out a little bit. So I made Gunslinger do, for each level, 40, 80, 120, 160, and then 200% more damage. I didn't change anything else, just changed the damage, but I also increased the perk level, where you could take the perk as well, because I thought that was fair. So if we come over to Rifleman, I did the same thing. So 40, 80, 120, and 160, and 200% more damage. I did not change any of the rest of the stuff, but I also didn't change the levels that just show up, because this is a much shorter series. I thought it might be more interesting if, the gun did more damage and I wasn't dying every 5 seconds. So I just remembered to add another mod called Special 40. All it does is give you 40 special points instead of 28 special points at character creation. I did something similar in my Fallout 4 mods playthrough, my other playthrough, but I just gave myself the additional perk points and put them in myself. And in this case, I got to do it at character creation. It was much, much easier. And so we have, 8 strength, 5 perception, 9 endurance, because gotta have that health, 4 charisma, 6 intelligence, 3 agility, and 5 luck. We don't need a lot of agility, and we don't really need a lot of perception, because of the way we're going to be playing the game, and again, I'll talk about that in a second. As far as perks, Rifleman 1, Toughness, because toughness, duh. Lone Wanderer, because Lone Wanderer, we're not going to be traveling with a companion. So, and then Idiot Savant, which I have learned is the best. We are using Start Me Up, which is the alternate start mod that I used for Fallout 4, my regular Fallout 4 mods as well. And we started off in Good Neighbor, and I have not been anywhere else except here in Good Neighbor. And let's just go say hi to Deacon. Hi, Deacon. What are you doing, Deacon? How are you doing, Deacon? Okay, bye, Deacon. I always like to say hi to Deacon. Okay, so now this is where it's going to be interesting. And I have no throwables because I didn't buy any, but also I had no caps up until like 3 seconds ago when I got all those caps off that guy. So let me just tell you real quick what we're going to be doing. We're not using VATS. Not once. I am 100% going to be using... No. I'm like 90% going to be using aiming down sights. It's something I've never done in Fallout. Ever in Fallout 4. Almost. There we go. So, it's something I've never really done. And so I think it'll be quite interesting to try and do it. The extent of me doing it was messing around, trying to figure out whether or not I like the service rifle enough to use it in a mod playthrough like this, which I did in my first playthrough, which is what I do on my mod testing for all the stuff I do on the channel. For the survival stuff, I did a lot of the testing for the mods I use in that, as well as for Jamie, Zelda, whichever mod. There's another ghoul coming out. Come on. Other ghoul. There we go. Ghouls are squishy and mostly easy to kill this way. So I just thought it would be a fun challenge to shoot down sights, to aim down the sights instead of using VATS. I'm overly reliant on VATS. And in my other mod playthrough, we're using VATS because there's a lot of cool VATS perks. We're just not going to use them here. All right, let me talk about Greenie, because I think we're far enough along in this episode that maybe I should have been talking about it a little bit more. Greenie, he's an older gentleman. He is in his 40s at this point. He has grown up in the wastelands. Not the Commonwealth, but actually he grew up in Texas. When he was a child, you know, he grew up in what they call the capital. Because as far as I know, there's no canon name for Austin. So he grew up in Austin. In what we know as Austin. But he came in to... Oh, good. Crocker's. Not Crocker. What's his name?
No offense.
Weathers.
You ain't caravan folk.
Yeah.
Hi.
Load a little heavy there?
It's interesting, by the way, that guy would say caravan stuff. So the reason it's a little ironic that guy said something about... caravans is that when he was 20, he and his wife, Roxy, headed out. They'd grown up together. They'd been together for basically their entire lives. I mean, really, like... Okay, so I will tell you this. I am going to use VATS to identify enemies. I'm just going to... we're probably not going to be stealthy either, but I might build a sniper rifle like I have. Okay, load the freaking gun faster. Okay, we gotta heal. So the other thing I should tell you is Greenie likes his drugs. He has no problem with drugs. Naked Raider Scabber! Why was that guy naked? Yeah, I want to hold on to my Molotov, my single Molotov. He and his wife left left Austin when they were 20. And they joined up with the caravan because they wanted to see the world. And at this point, Greenie already had his service rifle. And Roxy was the best shot you'd ever see with pistol. She had a 10mm. So they left the Texas, joined up with the caravan, headed east, and made it to what we know now as kind of the Atlanta, Georgia area, kind of North Georgia. And the caravan was attacked by super mutants. And they all scattered. And Greenie and Roxy had to continue to head north. They settled in what we would know as kind of just the middle of nowhere, South Carolina, in a small community that had begun to form. They needed protection. That when they got to this little small community, the black bloatfly. I will probably be using VATS a little bit to kill the bugs because they're kind of hard to see. They're not the easiest things in the world to see. So when they arrived in this town was being swarmed by feral ghouls, and oh, jeez. Okay, fine. Is it coming at me? Is it coming at me? I'm gonna be honest with you. The fact that I already... There you go. We're gonna turn and go this way. I don't want to fight that Mr. Gutsy that's right there. I tried before. He's way too tough at this low level with this. I mean, the gun does 44 damage, and that's just not enough damage to take out that Gutsy at this time. So they, Roxy and Greenie defended the, they defended the town. And to the town, we're like, you guys want to stay and, you know, be our protectors or whatever? And so the town, literally, they paid them a fee. They literally paid them to stay there. And it wasn't really so much payment, so much as just them, you know, giving them crops to plant and, you know, occasionally giving them caps and stuff and giving ammo out. And also we might level up before we even make it to the Far Harbor itself. And so they settled down there. By the time they settled down here, it was about a year after they left, because, you know, the caravan didn't just go straight to Atlanta, Georgia. It, you know, it took its time. Met a lot of different, went a lot of different places. About 5 years, and about 5 years after that, so they're about 30-ish now. They've been trying to have kids for a while, and they're just they're just not able to have kids. The doctor in town could, I mean, you know, as well as a doctor can be a doctor in the, you know, wastelands of Fallout. His best guess was that they just couldn't have kids. And so they were like, all right, fine, we just won't have children. That's not the end of the world. It's not, you know, the best thing ever, but, you know, it's okay. But they were living a happy life. And then super mutants came in and raided the town. And okay, I don't want to take on a bunch of dogs right now. So the super mutants come to town and they kill everybody. But Greenie is out on a hunting trip. He's gone hunting. So he gets back and finds everybody dead. Everybody, including his wife. So he buried her. And he left. He just went north and he just said, I'm done with this bullcrap life. He joined up with a raider gang and became a raider. And crap. Oh, okay. Blood bug. All right. I'm using VATS to kill the blood bug. They're hard to see. Also, I'm going to miss 80 whatever freaking % chance to shoot the freaking blood bug. Ugh. That sucked. That sucked a lot. So he joined up with the Raider gang. And very quickly, he took over the Raider gang because he was the smartest person. He wasn't ever strung out on drugs. We need to go this way. He wasn't ever strung out on drugs. He, I mean, he does drugs. Don't get me wrong. I don't know what all we'll probably be doing. Definitely Jet, just to help me aim. Maybe Psycho Jet, depending on how I want to do things. Oh, come on. Jeez. I just wanted a nice, peaceful sneak up to the north coast of Fallout 4. Can I just get to Salem without anybody seeing me? Please. No? Okay. But after a while of being a raider, he's a raider for about 5 years, and by the time you're a raider for 5 years, most, like, raiders are dead after 5 years. Like, there's just, they either die from alcohol or drugs, or they die because somebody comes along, like Zelda, who hates all raiders, and kills them. Zelda being the character I'm playing through Fallout 4 mods with, if this is the first time you've watched any of my Fallout 4 stuff. Eventually, he got tired of the rat race in, you know, and always having to find new raiders, and he was just sick of it, so he gave up. He decided he wanted to give up on the lifestyle, and there was one big moment that really just kind of, it just disillusioned him to the whole lifestyle and made him realize what he was doing was just awful, and I will tell you about that, but not today. I'm trying to decide if I want to take on these Mirelurks. Depends on whether or not, because sometimes one of the Mirelurks is legendary. Neither of them are legendary. I think I will take them on. Also, I think that... Oh, I leveled up. Score. Hey, Mirelurks, pay attention to me. I don't think they can get up here. I've done this before. I appear to be losing them. Okay, well, I'm going to go just shoot them a bunch is what I'm going to do. Get out of the thing. Dang it. Wow, stop missing. There we go. I don't know if that was worth it at all. But I did get a level up. Alright, I'm going to take Demo Expert. No. I mean, I need to take Demo Expert, don't get me wrong. That's why I did Perception 5 in the first place. I mean, I'm probably going to level up again before I can do armor or stuff. You know what? I think 5% bonus damage with Bloody Mess is probably the way to go. There is still, by the way, another Mirelurk out here. I don't know where it is, but it's here somewhere. Well, alright, other Mirelurk. I don't want to keep wasting my ammo. We got a bigger fish to fry right now. So he joined up with another caravan, because, you know, that was the only other thing he really knew how to do, was be a caravan guard. It was something that I probably didn't mention that all of that well. Also, there are raiders that will spawn right here, but only if you're on the road down there. If you cheat and come all the way up here, those raiders don't spawn. Or maybe they do, but they don't attack you. But I should have mentioned this earlier, but they hooked up with the caravan because they wanted to be guards for the caravan. And because they were both crack shots, Greenie could clear out an area, the outside of an area. I mean, I know it's not showing that he's an excellent shot right now. Don't get me wrong. But... he's pretty good at a reasonable range, and Roxy could run in and, get him with her. Well, again, it was a 10mm. It's a souped-up 10mm, but still 10mm. So he joined up with the caravan, and that caravan was headed north, and he went up through West Virginia and up through the Capital Wasteland, and eventually found his way... As I've said, feral ghouls are mostly squishy. But they are, there's really no, guarantee. They will still, like, rip your head off, right? Like, they have no armor resistance, but they will kill you dead nonetheless. So eventually, he found out, through his friend, through another caravan guard, that he overheard while he was in Good Neighbor. One of his friends told him, "Hey, there's a shack here I need to go. There's this guy up here who's trying to get help. He's trying to find some people. Maybe you should go up and check it out, see what's going on." And so Greenie was like, "Yeah, all right." Because he just wants to, at this point in his life, after spending all those years as a raider, he wants to help people again. That's what he wants to do. Also, my microphone keeps falling, so if I got really quiet, that's why. Alright, so I'm actually gonna cut out a lot of this. If you're interested in seeing it, I already played Far Harbor on the channel last year. I played as a melee character, and you can learn most of this stuff. So you can get all this fun stuff. But I am going to offer help.
I heard the shouting. You sound like you need help.
So basically, these guys are looking for their daughter, who has fled to Maine because she thinks she's a synth. Spoiler alert, she's not a synth. Like, if you kill somebody in this game, like the way they've set it up, if you kill somebody with this game and they have a synth component on them, they're a synth, but really that's a terrible, way to view everything. Gonna loot. There's not a lot in the house to loot. There's a lot of stuff in the shed. But if you kill her, I don't actually know this for 100% of fact, but apparently if you kill her, she doesn't actually have a synth component on her. So, I'm going to listen to her holotape, but again, it's all going to get cut out. Alright, so now I'm going to tell them all about how their daughter thinks she's a synth, and then they're going to get me a boat. So he just gave me 300 bottle caps for doing this, which is great news, because I need money, having none. Hello, cat. And now we are going to go to Far Harbor. Did the cat come with me? That is not good news for them. So here's Far Harbor. Well, actually, this is just the island. It'll probably be a lot better than the last time I came up here, because the last time I played this game on the channel, I was playing with my Athlon 845 processor, and I was doing screen recording at the same time, so this was a stuttery mess coming right up here. And now it's nice, smooth. Far Harbor. I'm going to get my gun out in case there's any angry douchebag Allens on the harbor up here. Hang on, let me just get my tons of experience. Hold on. Ah! I didn't level up. I am not lost. This is where I am supposed to be.
We don't need no freeloaders or more help, mainlander.
Bite me, Allen.
You can get back in your boat and leave.
Alan, this isn't your dock. It belongs to the whole.
Doesn't it actually belong to the Mariner?
Strangers are welcome.
Yeah, okay. So what just happened is this guy's a douche nozzle, but the Mariner up there has there's some people coming in up here. Yeah, I'm up here already, Avery. I'm on it. Also, I learned something very important when I came over here during a survival playthrough. Not during one of these tests, but if you stand near Alan Lee, he likes to throw his Molotovs and he sucks at aiming. I was killed more than once by frickin' Alan Lee. So what's about to happen is there's going to be some people who are going to run up here, and the Mariner's going to be like, nope, too bad, you have to die. And it's really heartless. And they do, actually. They don't have to die. You can save them if, you're not level 6. Oh, there we go. Finally. I've been, waiting. I think the game may have glitched a little bit, but I left. Sorry, guys. You're just going to have to shoot them. And this is actually really quite difficult because I can't exactly aim well right now. Oh, and there's a legendary Gulper Newt. Good. Because they don't particularly like it too much if you hit them. Dude! You can't just jump down like that. What are you, insane? Yo, yeah, you're insane because, well, no, he didn't die. He must be a immortal character. Because none of the survivors that are down there that get stuck are. Oh, look, I reached level 7. That's exciting. Well, we're standing here. Alright, I think Armorer for level 7. I don't know what we're going to do about Sneak, by the way. I took Agility 3 with the specific intention of Sneak. For Sneak 3, which is obviously the best perk in the entire game, because then you don't trigger enemy mines. Captain Avery, buddy, you are in my way. Alright, fine. I'll be back. Alan. I didn't want to be over here because, again, Alan likes his Molotovs. And he really can't throw them that far. I'm just going to blind fire. Oh, hey, look! I can't tell if I'm actually getting any actual hits on any of these. I did get a hit on that one. Rad Roach. And some potential more enemies. Okay. Who threw that at me? Alan Lee! Is this what everyone feels like when they're shooting? The thing is, I don't want to jump down, because if I jump down, then... Alan! Jeez, he is such a showboater. We don't need your help. Well, clearly you do, because you can't throw Molotovs for anything. Also, there's still an enemy. Oh, it got taken care of.
It's over.
No, it's not.
Eyes on the phone. Something's coming.
Told you. Well, you're about to see. There's anglers. At least this time I have, oh crap, I forgot they have projectiles. I'm trying to focus my fire on wounding some of them. But there's only one left. I only have 32 after this clip.
We're clear. All right. Well done, all.
Well done.
Gate.
Let's just real quick find, claim all of this stuff for our own. I'm very sorry. I am going to loot your corpse. I need to find that. Ah, there it is. Chameleon leather left leg. Okay. I mean, it's legendary, so it's a thing. You know, it gives you +2 damage and +2 energy resistance by default. Oh, there's more. Jeez. I know. The Mariner really, like, I'm going to be honest with you, man. The Mariner is not really, like, high up on the super helpful list in the world of this game. But I'm going to take this. So that was the intro to our new Far Harbor mini-series playthrough. We will be playing some mods alongside the main story, but I will be cutting out a lot of the main story, and if you want to go see most of what the main story has to offer, then you can go check out my other playthrough from last year. So this has been Fallout Far Harbor. Thank you for watching. Come back soon for more Far Harbor.